Hi, this is a demonstration of how IBM Storage Insights can be used to detect potential ransomware-like activities. Now, we all know ransomware continues to create havoc in the enterprises, right? And it is one of the most popular malware still today, which hits all the organizations. To get ransomware and to tackle ransomware, you need to have a very good security posture. You need to make sure you have the required security solutions. In today's demonstration, we are going to show how IBM Storage Insights can give the security insight to your security team of there could be a potential ransomware-like activity happening by understanding and analyzing the telemetry data that comes from storage. So in today's POC, what we have is we have an IBM FlashSystem 7200, which has inbuilt capabilities of compressing data that resides on IBM FlashSystem. And we have mounted the volumes from IBM FlashSystem on a host, which is a Windows server. The host name is TPC Blade 610. The IBM FlashSystem controller name is TPC FlashSystem 7200. On the Windows server, we have created a directory and it has a bunch of files which are highly compressible in nature. We have configured IBM FlashSystem to IBM Storage Insights, which continuously takes the telemetry from FlashSystem, right, which includes some of the compression ratio telemetry that IBM FlashSystem is able to do on the data it resides on. Then we have configured an alert which continuously looks for any changes in compression ratios, and when the changes occurs, it's going to generate an alert. As you know, that whenever a file is attacked by a ransomware, the particular file is encrypted, right? And this particular process takes a lot of time. So if you have thousands of files, it will start encrypting one file at a time, etc. An encrypted file is generally not being able to compress. And so when a particular file that was already being able to compress, when there are compression ratios that change, those are potential signs that there could be some malicious activity or could be a ransomware attack happening on those host server. So this is what we will show you in the demonstration. So now I will go into IBM Storage Insights. So what you see is an IBM Storage Insights, which I have already logged in, and you see TPC Blade 610, which is my Windows system. Now this Windows system has TPC FlashSystem 7200 as one of the storages which is providing the volumes to that host. If you see, today there is a total compression ratio that is being achieved for the data that is stored on FlashSystem 7200 by this Windows server is about 28.46:1. This is the total compression ratio that is being achieved. Now what I will go ahead and do is I have already set up an alert policy, right? And that alert policy is about continuously monitoring whether the compression ratio of the data that has been inputted on the FlashSystem 7200 changes or not. Right? So if you go down, I already have a policy that has been set, right, which is going to capture on the capacity, which is based on the capacity, and it is going to show you the. Let me try and go into the details of that particular policy if I can. Okay, so this particular policy, if you can see, shows storage system total compression ratio. If it changes by 5%, I am going to raise an alert and send an email to the security team. So this is an alert definition that I have already set into this particular policy. And if you see alerts, currently there are no alerts that are available for TPC FlashSystem 7200. Now let's kind of go back into the view, right, and see the TPC Blade, the host which has TPC FlashSystem 7200, where the total compression ratio is 28.46:1. Now let's go to the TPC Blade 610 Windows server, right? So I'm just going to go, I've logged in to that Windows server, right? And I will just do a dir. When I do a dir, you can see that this particular drive of Windows is mounted on a volume coming from that particular flash system. These are all the files that we have created on this particular directory. Now assume a ransomware attack happens, right? What would the ransomware attack do is essentially slowly start encrypting a specific set of files, right? Now I'm going to encrypt one particular file here just for demonstration purpose, right? So that we can see, I'm just going to encrypt this particular file, right? And so that we can see emulate a ransomware attack when this is encrypted. So this is now going to start encrypting this particular file called dummy4copy1.txt. Now you can see that we have encrypted this particular file. This kind of simulates what a ransomware would do. Now we will go back to Storage Insights and monitor on the compression ratio to see whether that particular compression ratio has changed or not. So here you see the compression ratio is 28.46:1. Now when the next probe happens, since we have encrypted the file, this compression ratio would change, and this should generate an alert and an email to the security team. So typically a probe is configured for 24 hours. So once the next probe happens, we will see the notification. Right? So let's wait for the next probe to happen. Now that the next probe has completed, you will see that the compression ratio has changed. This happened because one of the files on the Windows system, the TPC Blade 6, got encrypted. Now, this should have generated an alert and should have sent an email to the security team. So let's go into details of that flash system and see whether there's an alert generated. You go to this alert tab. When you go to the alert tab, you see that there is an alert that has been generated which says it is critical, there's a violation, there's a condition that the total compression ratio has changed by 5% at this particular time, and it is a potential, could be a ransomware attack. Now this should have sent the security team an email, and when I see I already got an email stating that there is a change in compression on this particular flash system that triggered at this particular time, right? And this could be something suspicious and worth looking at. So this demonstration showed you how Storage Insights can be helpful in getting security insights when it comes to ransomware attack that could happen on an IBM flash system being monitored through IBM Storage Insights by monitoring the total compression ratio uh, of the data that is residing on that particular flash system. Thank you.